In the southern Lebanese village of Zawtar El Charqiyeh, a deadly Israeli airstrike has left behind a scene of devastation. Show a vehicle destroyed on the side of the road, its charred remnants a testament to the power of the attack. The airstrike, which occurred on the 22nd of November 2025, has drawn significant attention due to the rising tensions between Israel and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Israel has increased its military actions against Hezbollah in recent months, accusing the group of rearming in violation of a ceasefire agreement that was established nearly a year ago along the northern border of Israel. This ceasefire, which was supposed to reduce tensions, has instead become a source of controversy. Israeli officials maintain that Hezbollah has continued to smuggle weapons into Lebanon and has been rearming itself, using the period of relative calm to rebuild its military infrastructure. This has led to a series of retaliatory airstrikes by Israel targeting what it claims are Hezbollah positions in southern Lebanon. The Lebanese Ministry of Health confirmed the death of one individual in the strike, though details about the victim's identity remain scarce. As the vehicle was struck by the airstrike, the ensuing destruction left the vehicle in pieces. The charred remains of the car lie on the side of the road, a sobering reminder of the dangers civilians face in these ongoing conflicts. The attack is just the latest in a series of Israeli airstrikes on southern Lebanon, which have raised alarms about the safety of the civilian population in the region. The vehicle, once a simple mode of transportation, is now a symbol of the escalating conflict. Its destruction serves as a grim reminder of the violence that continues to tear through the region, leaving its mark on the lives of ordinary people. While the identity of the individual killed remains unclear, this airstrike has underscored the danger civilians face when caught in the crossfire of international conflicts. The attack in Zawtar El Charqiyeh is not an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern of military actions that have been escalating in the region. Hezbollah, which has been engaged in a long-standing conflict with Israel, claims to be defending Lebanese sovereignty against Israeli aggression. The group has been active in southern Lebanon for decades, and while it presents itself as a resistance movement, Israel views Hezbollah as a major security threat. The tensions between the two parties have been a long-standing issue, and while there have been periods of relative calm, the violence has flared up again, with Israel targeting Hezbollah's military infrastructure in the region. For Israel, the airstrikes are a necessary measure to combat what it considers an existential threat posed by Hezbollah's growing military capabilities. The Israeli Defense Forces have argued that their actions are aimed at dismantling Hezbollah's infrastructure and preventing the group from rearming. Israel maintains that these operations are essential to its national security, particularly in light of the perceived threat from Hezbollah's increasing strength along its northern border. However, the civilian toll in southern Lebanon has been high, and the continued violence is creating a sense of instability in the region. The destruction of civilian property, the deaths of innocent people, and the displacement of families have become all too common in this ongoing conflict. As each attack occurs, it raises the question of how long the people of southern Lebanon can continue to endure the hardships brought about by this violence. In Zawtar El Charqiyeh, the destruction is a visible reminder of the devastating impact of military conflict on the lives of ordinary people. The vehicle that was destroyed in the airstrike was likely owned by a local resident whose life was forever altered by this act of violence. Whether or not the person killed in the strike was a member of Hezbollah, the reality remains that the civilian population is often the one that bears the brunt of such conflicts. The situation in southern Lebanon is further complicated by the ongoing geopolitical tensions in the region. Hezbollah's military activities are seen by many as a direct challenge to Israeli security, while Israel's airstrikes are viewed by Hezbollah and its supporters as acts of aggression. This cycle of violence, with both sides accusing the other of violating ceasefire agreements, creates a never-ending loop of retaliation and escalation. The airstrike in Zawtar El Charqiyeh comes at a time when the region has been dealing with the fallout from past conflicts. The ceasefire that was supposed to bring a degree of stability to the area has instead been undermined by the actions of both parties. Hezbollah's alleged rearming and Israel's retaliatory strikes have led to a breakdown in trust, making it difficult to imagine a peaceful resolution in the near future. While the international community has called for restraint and dialogue, the reality on the ground is that both Israel and Hezbollah seem determined to continue their military actions. For Israel, these strikes are viewed as a necessary evil, essential to protecting the country from the perceived threat posed by Hezbollah. For Hezbollah, these airstrikes are seen as an ongoing violation of Lebanese sovereignty, and the group has vowed to continue resisting Israeli actions. As the conflict continues to evolve, it remains unclear what the future holds for southern Lebanon. The people living in the region are caught in the middle of this larger geopolitical struggle, forced to endure the consequences of actions taken by powers far beyond their control. The international community has expressed concern over the mounting civilian casualties, and there have been calls for an end to the violence. However, with both sides entrenched in their positions, it seems unlikely that a meaningful ceasefire or peace agreement will be reached anytime soon. The destruction in Zawtar El Charqiyeh is a stark reminder of the high price that civilians pay in conflicts like this. The devastation of homes, vehicles and lives underscores the human cost of war, and the loss of life, both military and civilian, continues to mount. As long as the cycle of violence persists, the toll on the people of southern Lebanon will continue to rise. The From Zawtar El Charqiyeh show a vehicle destroyed by an airstrike, but they also show something much more profound: the toll that this conflict has taken on the people who live in its path. For the people of southern Lebanon, each airstrike, each death, and each moment of destruction represents a step further away from peace. The question that remains is how much longer the people of this region can endure the constant threat of violence, and whether any side will be willing to come to the negotiating table to end the bloodshed. As the international community watches, the situation in southern Lebanon grows ever more perilous. The people living in the region continue to suffer as the violence escalates, and it remains to be seen whether any diplomatic solution will emerge to address the root causes of this long-standing conflict. Until then, of destroyed vehicles, shattered lives, and the ongoing suffering of innocent civilians will continue to serve as a reminder of the harsh realities of war.